So most people have had one or more unhealthy relationships in their lives and know how difficult they can be and how much havoc they can create. And unhealthy relationships come in all shapes. So how do you define an unhealthy relationship?
Well, there are all kinds of unhealthy relationships, ranging from those in which people just plain can't be themselves, they're not the best for their own personal happiness and growth, to those where people are being abused physically, emotionally, uh, perhaps where it's not good for their children, where they bring other extended family members into it. So there's an entire range of unhealthy relationships.
And where do you think they stay?
That's a big question.
It's
They
a big
stay
question, yeah.
for a number of reasons. First of all, people can be psychologically connected and have an attachment to someone just out of habit. Or there might be certain aspects, every individual is multifaceted. There might be certain aspects of a person that someone likes. For example, they have a good sense of humor. They like doing things with them. They might have a good sexual relationship, but it might not be a romantic, full person engagement.
Hmm.
So they're psychologically attached. I don't like the word addiction in this sense, but perhaps you get what I'm saying.
Hmm.
And it also might be just out of habit. So that's one type. Another type is a familiar victim rescuer relationship, where someone for their whole life has low self esteem and they feel that this person will, quote, rescue them or make them a better person. Or paradoxically, it could be the other way, that they're trying to rescue the other person. Person might have a substance addiction or whatever it might be, and they're in this relationship to try and rescue them, to kind of be their therapist, which almost never works. Another reason people stay is fear of reprisal. And
Hmm.
that's true particularly in physically abusive relationships where someone, perhaps realistically, feels that if they leave, the other person's going to find them and they'll be
Hmm.
in even worse shape. People stay because they're afraid they won't find another partner, which is related again to low self esteem. There could be very practical reasons like financial reasons, social reasons. There's no doubt that in this country and probably around the world, that those who are in poverty the most are women who have left a relationship and their income has been entirely cut off or
Yeah.
extremely diminished. It's also true of men, but more so of women. It could be social reasons. Oh, all of my social contacts, my friends, are with my partner. And so if we split up, I'm not going to have anybody to socialize with, so I'll have to start all over again. So I think listeners would know that there are all kinds of reasons, including some of these, why people stay in unhealthy relationships.
Yeah, and also children, right? And that's a big
That's
reason
right.
people stay because they assume that children want two parents, which they do, but in reality, in a healthy relationship, the children suffer tremendously in unhealthy relationships, and sometimes they're better off if the parents separate.
Exactly. So a lot of people say, oh, I think we should stay for the children, for the sake of the children. At least until they're 18, they're out of the house or whatever. So in an extremely unhealthy relationship where there's open bickering uh, and all kinds of acrimony, it is probably not best for the children to stay. Although you still have to weigh what will the financial impact be, and what if my partner moves out of state and they don't get to see their other parent. On the other hand, it might be best to stay for the sake of the children if they can kind of manage,
Hmm.
sort of keep it together on the surface. keep the routines going and so forth. So it's not an easy answer, but most of the research shows that staying together just for the sake of the children, when there's a lot of bickering, a lot of acrimony, is very detrimental for the children.